Today, I am looking at every single Naruto game that I have played in my childhood, and I'm going to rank them on a tier list. I was like, I love video games, I love anime. I'm like, oh shit, Naruto video game tier list. And if you want me to do a tier list of every anime game that I played, which includes like Pokemon, Naruto, obviously, Dragon Ball, all that, let me know. I'll definitely do one of those too. I'm probably gonna do it anyway if people want to or not. But yeah, I think in terms of video games, I mean, there's Dragon Ball, but then for me, it's Naruto is a little bit above. You know, Naruto has had some iconic slappers throughout the years, some great games. So I'm just gonna look at the ones that I played and rank them. And first we got Uzumaki Chronicles. Now with some of these I need a refresher, because I mean, that shit's, you know, that's like a fever dream. I don't even remember what was going on sometimes when I was playing some of these. So I'm gonna go look at Uzumaki Chronicles just to recall. You see, when we're looking at Uzumaki Chronicles, I vividly remember this, and I think I only liked this at the time because it was like a different type of Naruto game that I played. You know, in Ultimate Ninja, I think you got some free roam a little bit, but I want to say that was not to the extent of this game. Like that 3D model thing that they had going on, it really had me like I was definitely invested into it. You know, I was definitely invested, but all in all, I don't remember. I think Uzumaki Chronicles 2 was a lot better than this one. I'm pretty sure this one was like not that good. It was interesting, but I mean, it wasn't, you know, I was just playing it to play it. But there were no core memories with this game for me. This was more so of like, this is a Naruto game that my friend has, so let me play it as well. And then I'm pretty sure it had its own original story, and it wasn't that good. So I mean, Uzumaki Chronicles is definitely going into D tier, but for Uzumaki Chronicles 2, I'm most certain that that was a better game. But let me just take a look just to make sure, just to be safe. Yeah, no, I mean, this game just looked better than Uzumaki Chronicles 1. It was very gray. You know, this one had a bit more color, and then you got to play as this version of Naruto. I do remember this. But I mean, the story, now that I'm thinking about it, was so bad. It wasn't even like funny. I just wanted to play these characters. I didn't care what I didn't even care what the fuck I was fighting. I just wanted to play as these characters, and like Gaara, for example, or Kankuro, and Nine-Tailed Fox Naruto. But the actual story of these games, not good. I mean, you weren't getting any substance from it. It was just like, look at him. He's fighting Dr. Eggman in his goddamn, like, this is a contraption he built, or some Doofenshmirtz shit. Like, this is not really anything. I just love charging up that Rasengan and getting those multiple hits. That shit was very satisfying. But overall, this game was better than Uzumaki Chronicles 1. I would put it in C tier. I would definitely put Uzumaki Chronicles 2 in C tier. It's a low C, though. It's nothing high. That shit is damn near on the cusp of D. But it is a low C tier. You know what? I think for this tier list specifically, I definitely need pluses and minuses, because there is some shit here, man, that is not nice. Okay, so next we got Clash of Ninja. Yeah, no, I definitely remember this game, Clash of Ninja 2. This was a fun game to play. Like, this was a good two-player game to play with my friend. You know what I mean? This was a good game. It wasn't anything crazy. It was nothing crazy, but I mean, like the little Mortal Kombat type of angle that we had going on, it was fun. It was fun for a Naruto game. This is a game I would put in a B-. No, this is a C. C tier game. Clash of Ninja 2. Clash of Ninja 2, I remember vividly. And I remember that was a banger compared to Clash of Ninja 1. Yeah, no, this game just looked better overall. I don't know why they do the same jutsu. But this was, I don't know, for me, this was some comp. Like, this was a competitive game. This was a very competitive game for me. Like, if I got beat in this game, I would cry. Like, I would cry real tears and be pissed off in frustration, because it was just like, I had to win. And I'm not good at video games, so you know how much, you know how many times I fucking lost in this game, or any game in general. You know, I only got good at like 2 or 3 Naruto games, and this was not one of them. This was just one of the fun ones. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did. I would put Clash of Ninja 2 in a B for me personally. I liked it. I liked what it brought to the table. It was a fun game. But now my favorite stretch, I don't know. Storm's there too. But in terms of playing, because I did not play Ultimate Ninja 5, but in terms of the 4-game stretch, I played all 4 of the Ultimate Ninjas, and they were all a different experience. but I was invested. Yeah, no, in terms of this game, I mean, that, like, look at it. You could see it for yourself. This was just a fun game. It definitely got better as it, like, progressed through its series. But I mean, the actual graphics and, like, the symbols and shit going on, the moves and the gameplay, it was all great. The sound effects in that game were okay. I'm pretty sure it was, like, muffled, if I recall correctly, and, like, but the voice acting was good, and, like, the stages were nice, and, like, it would get close up and then back out. It was nice. It was a fun game. It was a fun game, and, like, the jutsu and the special moves, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and this was another one of those games that I could just sit and play. Ultimate Ninja 1 was B-. Ultimate Ninja 2, I played the shit out of Ultimate Ninja 2 and 3, but especially Ultimate Ninja 2. Oh my goodness. I mean, with Ultimate Ninja 2, you know, you got more characters, and just the game, like, it's the same, but it's just better, man. Like, this shit looks like it was, like, really, they tried with this game. You know, you don't get an anime game like this. I don't know, it's just different. You know, getting a Storm game and getting, like, Shinobi Striker, they're a great game, don't get me wrong, but they're great in different ways. Like, just see, like, fighting in these stages and shit in this game with, like, the fire in the background while you're the third Hokage and Orochimaru fighting during the story mode, like, it just gives a different feel than it does in the Storm games. And I think it's the way that it's, like, graphically done, but it makes it, like, I love the lines that are all over the character. It looks very old school, and the story mode is great too, and, like, right here the mini games are good too. It was just such a fun game. I could play this shit all day, dude. Ultimate Ninja 2, listen, man, if I need a game like this again. I do, because this game realistically looks like it could have been made a lot closer to today's time, and I love it. Ultimate Ninja 2 is going in the A tier for me. It is going in the A tier for me. Absolute classic. I mean, what can it just it was the same core game, but there was just more characters. It just looked better, sounded better, had better music. It was just overall improvements from the first. But then there's Ultimate Ninja 3. Listen, in terms of gameplay, Ultimate Ninja 3 had it down. Out of that series, that shit was hot. It was, like, it was so much more, like, fluid compared to the other two, and it was very fast. It was very fast, but it was very good at the same time. I don't like the fact that they kind of took away that manga-ish look, though, because it made it look cleaner to me. Like, just having, like, the extra black lines and shit, I don't know, it looked very clean. But I mean, the cutscenes in this game, they had some sick cutscenes. Like, they were very nice. They were very nice, and just the game itself, the Ultimate Ninja games are such classics, man. Classics. And Ultimate Ninja 3 is on the same tier as 2 for me. I got the same amount of enjoyment from both. They were both good in their own way, and I love them. I do. Yeah, so Ultimate Ninja 3 is going in A for me as well. Ultimate Ninja 4, this is an interesting case, because I never actually got Ultimate Ninja 4. Neither did I get Ultimate Ninja 5, but I specifically didn't get Ultimate Ninja 4. And these games originally came out in Japan before they did in the United States. I'm pretty sure like 3 or 4 years beforehand. So with Ultimate Ninja 4, I had a family member. I'm not specifying names. I think they're a family member. I don't remember. But he would get the games by certain means, and he gave me a copy, and it was on a clear disc, and it had marker on it, and it said Ultimate Ninja 4. And at first, I remember watching him play it, and then I got it, and he gave me a full book of these shits. Like, every single PlayStation game at the time. It was ridiculous. And I couldn't play it. I don't remember why I couldn't play it. There was a reason. I think I needed a certain attachment or something. But I think when Ultimate Ninja 4 came out, I ended up actually buying the game when it dropped, instead of having it by means that aren't necessarily right morally by the United States of America. But so I got Ultimate Ninja 4, and I was just so engaged in the fact that Shippuden was a thing. Like, for me, I don't know about anyone else, but when I was a kid, like, seeing the Shippuden characters in a game didn't feel real. I was like, there's no way this is actually happening right now. Like, we're actually seeing the Akatsuki members in a game, and we're gonna be able to play them. Like, shit like that was, like, so insane to me. So the fact that we could play as, like, Sasori and Kakuzu, Hidan, all those people, I was like, whoa, this is getting a little too much for me to handle. Okay, my bad. You weren't able to play as Kakuzu and Hidan, but Sasori and Deidara at that time, because I think that was when the show was airing and shit, and they were very relevant in the story. I was like, no way we could play as them. Like, they seemed like mythical beings. I just didn't think it was possible. But lo and behold, obviously we were in this game, and it was a good game. It was a very good game. Again, in terms of gameplay, I mean, these games are very similar. I think this game added a couple new features, but to me, I was just more so hyped that it was newer, and we had new characters who I didn't even think were possible to put in a game for whatever reason. My young mind thought that. But I didn't get as much enjoyment from Ultimate Ninja 4 as I did 3 and 2, just because when it came out I was a little bit older, so my attention span was just a bit different. But I did enjoy it. And for Ultimate Ninja, I would put it in a B. Ultimate Ninja 4 was a B tier for me. It wasn't A. It was not A, but it was a B tier. It was a B tier. Next, Rise of the Ninja. See, I'm just going to automatically put this in God tier, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't have more time playing this game. And for the amount of time I played the game, I am under the impression that it is one of the best Naruto games to ever come out. That Xbox 360, I think it was an Xbox 360 exclusive. I had a 360, and then I eventually got a PS3 just because I didn't want to pay for live. Or my parents didn't want to pay for live. I don't remember what the reasoning was. But it was... I am annoyed that I didn't get to put more time into this game, because for the amount of time that I did, it was just, I mean, there was nothing like, it was just the angle that you fought at, you know, the angle that you fought at in this game, and like, look at like the moves, like everything about this game just looked so good, and the gameplay was a very unorthodox, but very competitive and interesting take on a Naruto game, and it worked. That shit worked. That shit really, really worked, and it made it very, very competitive to play against people. And just, I loved it so much, and I'm really upset that I didn't get to play it. And if there's any way for me to play through it on the computer, which I don't think there is, but if there is, I will happily do a playthrough on the channel of the game so I can actually experience the full thing. The open world in this game was great, man. It was the best one. It was the best open world I think I've played in a Naruto game, because all of them, for the most part, are not fun. But this, you actually feel like immersed in there, you know? You feel like you're Naruto. You feel like you're the ninja. You feel like you're a leaf ninja, you know? And I love that shit so much. It makes me feel something. It makes me feel good. It does. It is it's top tier Naruto game, and I wish that I had more. I wish I fully like beat the game and I actually got through it. And again, it was just so fucking good, man. It was that you're not gonna get another Naruto game like that in this day and age. You're not. You are not. Okay, so now we got Ninja Council 3. Okay, you see what Ninja Council? I mean, see I've seen a lot of people hate on this one specifically, which is the only one I played. I only played Ninja Council 3. And I heard Ninja Council 1 and 2 were a lot better. My only memories from Ninja Council 3, and I was a really big fan of the sort of 8-bit Naruto fighter. I really liked it. Like, I don't know why, but just like the secret techniques as dude's doing right now, and then you scribble the thing with the DS, or you go in a circle, or you pick the symbols or whatever. It was, I don't know, it was a different take. But it was a good take to me. Like, you have to blow into the microphone. It was very interactive. You know, it was a very interactive game while still only being like, you know, low quality, but it actually made it high quality. I thought it was a very good take, and I personally really enjoyed it. With that being said, I would put Ninja Council 3 at a B tier. I know I'm probably gonna get some hate for that. I know some people are gonna say some shit, but from my experience, that was a great game. I enjoyed it as a kid. Would I enjoy it now? I definitely wouldn't enjoy it now. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't, but I enjoyed it then. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes, which was for the PSP, which was a interesting console at the time. I thought Ninja Heroes was a good game. I didn't think it was anything crazy, but like, for being a game for a portable console at the time, the game looked good. It played good. I mean, there were some cutscenes as well in both games, in 1 and 2, that were really good as well. And the game, it was a fun game. Like, this game kept me very entertained if I would be on a long car ride with my family, or just somewhere that's not my house. You know, it was also competitive. It was a great game, and I think for its time it was slightly ahead of it. And I would put Heroes in a B minus. I would put Heroes 2 at a B, just because I like the story a bit more in Heroes 2. That original story, it had me engaged. It was good. Heroes 2 was a bit better than Heroes 1. That's where that stands. Next week, I'm not going to go to Boruto yet. I'm going to talk about Storm 1. Storm 1 at the time was a godsend. I mean, we had an interesting open world, but that 3D arena Naruto fighter that, like, it was sort of done before, but not to this extent. It was a whole different fucking ball game. You know, the type of cutscenes that we were getting in this game and the gameplay, and they didn't have it perfected yet in terms of how it's like, how it is in Storm 4. But they had it. It was on the rise. And it was a very, very great game at the time. It had an okay roster. It wasn't that deep. But I mean, the fighting and just like the tilting and like the movements, it was all really, really good. It was really, really good. And it was so fun. Like, this was the most fun like I had on a video game in a long time when this shit dropped. It was a different experience. So Storm 1 was doing it, but it didn't completely do it yet. And I would put it in B tier. Storm 2 came out and things changed. I mean, with this game, you know, keep in mind, this is 2010 and this game was moving. I mean, this shit did not, like, looking back at it, this did not look like it should have been around in 2010. It just doesn't. It doesn't look like it, but we got some great boss fights, great animations, great everything from this game. The only problem I had, and I don't remember if this was a problem in Storm 1, I think they did take away the free roam to an extent, but they also had those cutscenes where you just press A through the dialogue a lot more, and I don't like that. I hate that. But other than that, I mean, this game, the Storm games just improved every time. I'm be honest. The Storm games improved every time, and in terms of the gameplay, character, roster, story, it just was getting better and better, and Storm 2 was just a little bit better than Storm 1. I would also put Storm 2 at a B tier, though. I'm not putting it in an A because there's a spot reserved. I can't put 2 in A and God tier. And also keep in mind, I'm not one of those hardcore, like, I play video games, but like I wouldn't be able to tell you like this and that about the Naruto games and then all the moves and then how these moves from this game differ from this game, like in the littlest things. This is just off of my overall experience at the time and my overall enjoyment. You know, I'm not going into the specifics because that's just too much for my mind to handle, and I don't want to deal with that. But next we got Storm 3. Now this shit was monumental. The Storm games just kept getting better. And when I mean better, I mean this was just, I mean the boss fights in this game, because you have to realize as with the Ultimate Ninja series, Ultimate Ninja Storm was going with the story in each game, and this part of the story was just great for this game. I mean, all the boss fights were just so fun, and just going through the story, playing through the story, it was just so good. And the competitive scene with this game in terms of just like playing with your friends while you're out in the pool doing shit, you know, it was there. It was there. Like, you guys would go in the pool, come inside, and it'll be Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 time, and then you guys run it up. And it was very, very enjoyable, and there was never really any problems with the game. Like, there's not really any problems with Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 or 4 or 2 or 1, in my opinion. I think they're damn near all perfect games, except for the fact that, like, Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, for example, was just older. It was just an older game, and I didn't play it as much as Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, so then it's going to be in B. I'm spitting heat. But no, yeah, it was a very, very good game. Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. That I didn't think they could do anything else. I thought this was the peak. I really did. I was like, wow, this is it. This is that fucking game. And then Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 came out. So Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is God tier for me. Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 came out right after, is what I would say. But Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution came out. I don't know what the fuck this game was. I'm gonna be honest. I played it briefly. I did. I played it briefly. Like, this mode that's on the screen right now, I didn't like this mode. It was interesting for the time being. It just didn't seem like there was anything. There was no substance to this game in terms of like what I cared about, you know, at the time. And there was Mecha Naruto. They were emphasizing Mecha Naruto so much for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he was a like staple of this game. And I remember this game coming out, and I was like, I saw it in GameStop and I was kind of confused. I was like, okay, I guess this is the new game and this is going to be it. This is going to be the one. And it damn near wasn't. I mean, not damn near. It damn sure wasn't the one. It was not the one at all, actually. I didn't get any enjoyment from this game personally. Like, I did, and because it was a Storm game and I could just play a Storm game, you know, but I really would put this game in like a C-. It wasn't doing it. It didn't do much. It didn't do much. And I thought all hope was lost until I heard that Ninja Storm 4 is coming out. And I'm like, wow, I cannot believe they just released the best Naruto game of all time. It's just ridiculous. Storm 4 is unmatched. The Storm games, other than Revolution, has got better every single time. Every single time they got better. Visually, in terms of Naruto game, this game was the best you were going to get. The roster, this game was the best you were going to get. The gameplay, this game was the best you were going to get. This was all of it. This was all of it. There were so many different comps, and then you had like the 2 supports, the battle system in terms of like you would be fight, and then you could call in your support and they would like knock them, and then you could just combo them for like 100 hits, and then with more characters, obviously you have more moves, and then you have more people who like sync up with each other and they have like their combo ultimates. This game was so in depth with the roster and the moves. I don't think there's going to be any other game like it unless they come out with like a Storm 5 Boruto edition and then they have the classic characters and the new ones, because I just don't see. It was ridiculous. No, man, this is the perfect Storm game. This is the perfect Naruto game. God tier, easily God tier. I don't think if there's one game anyone's debating with me on, it's this one. I think everyone who purchased this game enjoyed it. I can't see anyone who's a fan of Naruto purchasing this game and not enjoying this game. This was that game, man, and it's damn, man. And then we got Boruto Shinobi Striker. Now conceptually, I think this game is great. I think this game could have easily been the best game in the series if it was executed properly. But I don't think it was executed properly, and I think it's definitely gotten better. But when the game released, it was very buggy, super glitchy, and it just wasn't. It was missing a lot. It was missing something. Just that consistency with the game. You know, the game, as I said, conceptually was great. I love the fact that you could just do team things and like jump on walls, go back and forth, because we never had that in terms of a battling Naruto game. From what I can think of just off the top of my head, I don't think we've had a game like Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker in the Naruto world at all. I think that was the first of its kind, and I think it does a lot of things well, but I also think it lacks in a lot of spaces as well. But I do like the concept, and I think if it was expanded upon a bit more and then there's stuff polished up, maybe with the next game, like a Shinobi Striker 2 or whatever they decide to do. I'm spitting heat right now with the raps, but this has the potential to come back. Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. But this Shinobi Striker is a very fun game, and that's what it is. It's fun, you know. Same thing with every other Naruto game. And I think in terms of the realm of fun, that's an ad. In the realm of fun and fun alone, it does it well, and I would put it in B tier. I would, if it wasn't as glitchy as it was, and if it could keep my attention for a bit longer, and this is just me, obviously, personally, I would probably put it in A. But now let me just sit and the community for Shinobi Striker is still big to this day, and I'm assuming that's because it's the last major Naruto game to come out, but still, a lot of people, it regularly gets updated and shit. So, I mean, they care about the game to an extent, and I think it is a fun playthrough, for sure. But in terms of fixing stuff, I think I would put Ultimate Ninja 2 at God tier. I think I would put Clash of Ninja 2 at A. I'm just looking at this off the bat, off the top of the head. B-, Clash of Ninja C, Uzumaki Chronicles 2 C-, Storm, Uzumaki Chronicles. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. I think that's what I would do. Remember, this is my opinion. This is from my childhood enjoyment, not yours. Okay, so back that shit off. I don't need to hear it. But no, this is my Naruto game tier list, and the memories, man. As the memories were there. That's all I'm saying. Great games across the board. And I will probably do a anime game tier list of all the anime games that I played, and that'll be coming soon as well. But until then, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. On to the next one.